Hey everyone, this is Travis here, and it is week 10 of the NALCS. We're at the very end of it, and I'm joined by Pr0lly. How's it going, Pr0lly?
It's going stupendous, Travis. Thanks for asking, buddy.
What's up with that?
What's up with what?
It's very strange. All right, see?
Yeah, it's like that.
You started to stream recently.
Yes? Yeah. Yes? I just want to talk like that, though. Okay. All right, I'll talk normal. Yes, I started streaming Travis.
That's like a thing for you, I think, right?
Yeah, it's a new thing. I haven't streamed really before more than like a day every 2 months or so. So I've streamed like, I don't know, 2 days in a row. It's kind of like, whoa.
How many viewers are you getting?
It fluctuates. I'd say probably like around 1K. I think I've like peaked at like 4K or something. But that was after Bjergsen stopped streaming, and he sent me the Bjergsen army, and they fought me in stream. It's pretty nice. I actually have a little thing that I turn on when I get Bjerg armied now.
What does that mean?
When his viewers, when he stops streaming and the viewers come to mine, there's this like purple text that just runs across my screen that says Bjerg army, Bjerg army, Bjerg army. So
Sounds like a specific word if you just say it really quickly, like beer army.
yeah. It sounds like beer origami.
Yeah.
Mixed in one. Beer army.
Yeah.
Now I don't know if I'm saying that or beer army. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I'm just gonna stop talking. See.
You guys just played against Dignitas in a very strange match. You guys tend to have just odd matches. And that one, there were several moments where it's like, you guys are going to lose. Oh, they're going to lose. Oh, you guys are going to lose. It's like you could not, both teams did not want to destroy each other's nexuses. Or nexi? I don't know.
Nexi. Yeah, Nexi. Yeah, there's a lot. They made a lot of really good plays for like being behind. I think they were behind. Yeah. I assume they were because we took a whole lot of dragons and we took Baron and stuff. So they were making a lot of really good plays to keep up in the game. And that's kind of when we had to fall back. So it's always like, oh my God, they're like doing this, and we have to counter that before we make our plays. So that's why the game kept going back and forth. Like they kept making correct plays when they're behind, and it took us too long to make the right plays until the very end when we were like, all right, we know how to stop this little double TP shenanigans.
What is it about Dignitas that you guys just have their number on?
I'm not sure. Top lane one, right? Do you remember? It was like really. Yes, I think top lane one. I was like up CS mid, and that was Ziggs, so that's obvious. So we had like pressure top, pressure mid, and then bot one. So it was basically just had winning lanes. So we were able to like get a small lead, and then we spent a lot of time yesterday reviewing our game against LMQ and seeing what we did so wrong in the mid game, because we had an early game lead in that game too, and we were like very confused at what we needed to do or what we needed to get our fights and stuff. So that's what we did for this game. Is we reviewed what we needed to do, and once we got our early lead, we were like, all right, we just spent like 3 hours yesterday talking about what we need to do. So let's go execute it, boys. So we kind of were able to follow the plan that we wanted to yesterday, but we did it in this game. If we did it in the LMQ game, what we played today, it would have been a nice win to have.
Well, you're learning, it seems. Do you think that your champions or your individual players are just maybe better than theirs for winning in lane, or do you think it was just like a team comp thing?
I think it was mostly a team comp thing because, yeah, I would say like top lane and mid lane, I would say their solo laners are pretty equivalent skills to ours. I wouldn't say like we're better or they're better. The matchups, I think we were able to play better. They also had Nunu though, so Nunu doesn't really like, I'm not going to die to a cast and OTP and a Nunu. So I was able to play like really disrespectful mid because it was like, you can try to kill me, but I'm just going to run away. So I was able to play a lot more, my style because of what they picked. So I wouldn't say it was, I beat Shifter necessarily. It was like, well, the picks allowed me to win that lane.
Yeah, what's up with Caston? Because normally a lot of people have this discussion. Normally he just gets banned, So why is he showing up?
Well, I'm really confident in that matchup, and I actually have a couple of other champions I wanted to play today. One of them was actually Sejuani. I hovered it in the game, and the crowd didn't cheer, and I was like, oh, they don't know. that I actually want to play Sejuani. Like, we actually practiced the matchup yesterday, too. Because it's a really strong matchup. Believe it or not. It's really good in team fights and in lane. Sejuani beats the shit out of Kassadin. So I really wanted to do that today, but it was like, well, we haven't played with it as a team, and like we had more solid picks. So like Ziggs kind of fell in that way. So we left up Kassadin because I play Kassadin a lot, so I know a lot of ways to beat it. So we kind of just left it up, and we're like, man, we can deal with it. We got Ziggs. We have, X, Y, and Z picks too. And then I'm not sure. I don't think Shifter knows that matchup very well, the Kassadin Ziggs, because it's really hard to get Kassadin practice nowadays. Like, you basically had to know how to play Kassadin a year ago to know how to play him now. Because in the last year, it's impossible to learn him. Like, go into a custom game and 1v1 your friends. That's how you learn Kassadin nowadays, because it's like solo queue banned, scrims, everyone's like, nah, screw that shit, like ban it. So I feel like it's just really hard to get any practice on Kassadin. So we were able to take advantage of, I don't know, I've played it for so long, so we just left it up like, yeah, pick it.
Do you think that revealing that you could have played Sejuani there is gonna, give away something to your opponents in the future? Or is this like your call out where you're like, no, I want them to know so that they can know what's coming?
Yeah, bring it. Well, so if we leave up Kassadin again, they might be scared of Sejuani. And then if they leave up Kassadin for us, maybe they go and learn Sejuani. And even though I'm not playing, I'll be playing the Kassadin side, I'd be really happy that another mid laner was like, I'll try that matchup. So I'm throwing it out there like, maybe leave Cass up in solo queue and try Sejuani. Oh, shit, dude. I shouldn't have said that. That's going to be really bad. There's going to be a lot of feeding Sejuani mids now. But I don't think that really reveals much of our strategy, because I don't think anyone will believe me. So that's my strategy. Be such a troll all the time. Now when I tell the truth, they're like, he's not telling the truth. Next month at Worlds when we're playing SKT, we're leaving up Cass for Faker. I'm going to play Sejuani to that shit. Yeah. Kill him in lane 1v1. Yeah, it's just like that, see?
You discussing SKT and you guys playing against him reminds me of this discussion I've had a couple times recently where it seems as though the better, although you lost to LMQ yesterday, so maybe this doesn't really count, but I was going to say that it seemed as though in the past couple of weeks, the complexity thing is that the better your opponent, the better you guys are, but exponentially better, right? So, like, if we sent you to Worlds and you played against a Korean team, you would just be like the best team that has ever existed in the history of League of Legends.
Yeah. It'd be super funny. Because if we fought SKT at Worlds, like, that shit would be 3-0. Like, no doubt. Like, I would walk up to Faker and start laughing before the game. But if for some reason in group stage we played like Mineski, or like, one of the smaller country teams, we would have lost 100%. So as long as we can avoid like the smaller regions and just focus on Korea, if we fight a Korean team, it's so easy. So like, we're not even gonna prepare. We probably won't scrim that week. We'll probably just be like, we'll just look at them. Like, while they're scrimming, we'll just be outside the room just waiting for them to get done, and we'll be like, you guys want to hang out?
Do you think that, because I hear about this a lot in solo queue, people stream and they say, wow, he's so bad that he's good. Do you think that that's what it is that the better teams don't know how to play against you because you guys are so bad?
Yeah, because I know, what game was it? I can't remember what game, but I was hitting all these skill shots. And when I was throwing them, I was like, this is going to miss. And I was like, oh my God, it hit. And I was like, the only reason that hit is because he's like, there's no way he's going to throw a skill shot that way. But I did, because I was like, this is what a bad player would do. Yeah. So I was like getting all these, like, all this poke off because they're like, there's no way he's this bad. Oh my God, he's this bad. It's hitting me. That's kind of, how we play the game. And I think it translates throughout the team. Yeah.
So you're just like the sludge that would spoil Faker's well-oiled machine with all the sick mechanics in it. You just be like this sludge, this gooey stuff that would just ruin the whole machine.
Well, we're more like we look like a tiny little puddle, right? But when you step in it, it's like a 30-foot hole in the ground. Yeah. That's what we are. So you look at us and you're like, it's not that bad. And you're like, holy shit, now we lost. That's what Faker would say. The post-game interview against me and Faker, he'd just be like, holy shit. And then the interview would cut off, and that's all he said.
I mean, would he say it in Korean, though?
No. He would say it in perfect English. No accent. Holy shit. We just lost against Complexity. Oh my god. Yeah, maybe he just wouldn't even talk. Yeah, I feel like all of SKT would just not speak for like they would all go mute for at least a week. The brains just couldn't compute. Yeah,
I mean, they're not even the best team in Korea anymore.
doesn't matter. Faker.
That's fair.
Yeah, you know that's fair.
Do you think that TSM, LMQ, and Cloud9 are now hands down the best 3 teams in North America?
Wait, say it again.
Do you think that LMQ, Cloud9, and TSM are hands down the best 3 teams in North America?
No, I think the meta did shift within the last week or so. The way NA's been playing, so CLG's been losing games, but I still think CLG is a huge threat. So
I mean, they've lost 4 of their last 4 games.
Yeah. Well, the meta shifted, so this is obviously not a meta that favors their team. So I don't think it's really. Yeah, let's say I would agree with you for this week or so. I'd say maybe next week it could drastically change. So I wouldn't say anything's solid in NA right now because all teams are really ready to just jump on the next hype train or the next meta shift and just take advantage of it. So I see C9 staying at the top for sure.
Well, LMQ's at the top right now.
No, I mean top 3.
Okay.
Motherfucker. Did that pick up? And he goes,
LMQ.
yeah, LMQ.
I don't think I'm not even sure if they can drop down out of top 3 at this point.
Oh, really? They're guaranteed top 3? Guaranteed top 2? Okay, so I'm predicting they'll stay top 2.
Okay. Well, that's a bold prediction there.
Hey, you know what? I might get a lot of flack for that, but I'm ready to take that heat. So we got one more spot. So between TSM and CLG. I don't know. TSM just got Lust Boy, and Lust Boy's pretty much a beast. So I would still say it's a battle for 3rd place. I predict C9 staying where they are, but I could also see I don't know, TSM C9 or TSM CLG just being rawr, and C9 being oh my god. I doubt that'll happen, but it'll happen. I mean, we won games, so crazier shit has happened.
You never see CLG somehow make this bold upset situation. Either they're doing as good as people predict, or they're doing way worse than people expect. There's never a time where they exceed expectations, I feel.
No. Do you not remember in Season 2 and Season 3 before LCS?
Well, Season 3 was LCS.
Okay, Season 2. Anyways, they would lose in the first or second round in these tournaments in his double elimination. So they'd sit in loser bracket really early on, and then they would get back to the finals every single tournament.
That was a 80% different team.
That doesn't matter. Still got one guy, bro.
Yeah. Okay. Double Lift has a virus that allows for these things that has somehow contaminated the other 4 players.
It's the comeback aids. You start off losing, you got the comeback aids, and boom. I can make that joke. Don't snarl at me over there. Anyways, yeah, I can see CLG still doing some kind of upset, especially because they just went 0-4. This is prime CLG time to go 4-0 in Super Week, and everyone's the fuck?
I just don't ever think I've seen that happen before, where they have gone 0-4 and then suddenly been 4-0. But now that I've said that, there will be a top comment that'll be these are the weeks in which they've done this throughout the course of the last 5 years.
Yeah, where are your stats, bro?
Spellsy at ongamers.com has stats for people who want to check those out.
Shameful plug. Shameful.
I'm just helping out my stats, bro. You have any shout-outs, any plugs, anything you want to say?
Yeah, shout out to my sponsors, Sound Blaster, Cyberpower PC, Creative, Corsair, Newegg, Twitch, don't you dare, Scuff Gaming, the Extra Opponent Wear, and Complexity Gaming in general. Really awesome. They're helping us out a lot and being supportive, and that means a lot. Oh yeah, and my fans. My fans are actually, you remember last time when I brought up the smiling thing? You have no memory. Last time I brought up my fans.
I don't listen.
All right. And then today, boom, people were beating me at smiling and shit. So now I think I have a competition. So next time I'm going to beat you fans and smiling, not beat you physically. Just clearing it out. Yeah, see? Sure.
Are you still single, by the way?
I'm single for you, baby.
Check out the rest of our coverage of all things esports and romance at ongamers.com, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel.